What's up, YouTube? Patreon.com/Taylor Durden. So for posture tips for breath work, I always preach, getting on the edge of the chair as far as you can, to where you can get that downward, that pressure from below upward, and then you can get the S shape in your back, to where you can keep the rest of your body relaxed while you have the small of your back locked, because you're inhaling the breath fully, locking it at the bottom with that upward pressure that you would as if you were stopping urination midstream. So it's like that sphincter pressure underneath, and then you're pushing your tongue to the roof of your mouth as far back as you can, because that stimulates the pituitary gland, which the pineal gland sits on top of. So you're inhaling fully, locking from the bottom, locking at the top, relax the shoulders, chin down, and that's a breath. But there's also another method that I like, to kind of force yourself to be in the S-shaped position, because the chair is already like this. So you lock, you do all the same stuff. You inhale, you get the lock, and I tell people they should, so that they can experience what it's like to have full cranial sacral rhythm from the root to the tip, to the top, from the rooter to the tutor, from the top of your nervous system to the bottom, your central nervous system. You inhale, you lock, apply the pressure at the bottom, apply the pressure at the top, and then lean back. Grip this tight though. You definitely want to grip this tight, because some people might pass out if they are not well versed in breath work. If you're doing a lot of breath work, then you'll maintain equilibrium through this leaning back process. But through that, you can really feel the flow of energy, blood, or the spinal fluid, the cranial sacral rhythm, from the root of your spine to your cranium. So I feel like it's a really helpful tip for people to really see what the psychedelic effects of breath work, and so they can see what they're doing it for. Because some people, they might have a crouched, shoulders, and their abdomen is collapsed, so then they're not really getting the posture correct. But if you can use this, because there's a lot of atrophy for people in their lower back. You can use this as a means to experience that full cranial sacral rhythm and that psychedelic effect that happens once you get the breath completely capped, and the pressure is from the top and from the bottom, and the blood flow throughout the whole system is complete. You have complete faith, complete Fe, complete circulation of the iron, which is the Fe, Fe on the periodic table. So that's the blood, that's the light. That is the physical plasma. That's the breath is ionized gas, so that's plasma. But then the blood itself is plasma as well. It's a more denser carrier of the plasma, the blood. So the breath, taking the plasma in, lock at the bottom, lock at the top, lean back, fully get that. You can pop your colon too. Once you get in touch with the rolls, once you can really get once you can get that going, forget the name that people call that, when you can get that pressure right. But once you get that pressure right, you can start to pop your colon, because really, like, if I'm in a time crunch, and I don't have to get the drastic breath like this on the quick breaths every time, I can just pop my colon. I don't know if you can see it on this camera, but I don't know if you can see the extra jiggle there. Watch. So that's just to stimulate the lymphatic system in general, and the colon especially, because the descending colon is synonymous with your right brain. And when you're doing parasympathetic breath work, you're really tapping into that right brain and the unifying factors that it can bring. So I mean, popping the right side is great too for because it's the synonymous with the left brain, and that is your auditory thought, your auditory dominant part of your brain. So you're thinking in language with that side. So you keep the ascending colon clear. You can pop that. Then you can keep your thoughts more clear. So I feel like this would just be a helpful video for anybody. So I was just in the middle of a session, and I was like, man, it would make sense to do this. And I don't think I've ever shared that I have like instructional videos where I'm doing that, but I feel like I should make one specifically for that. So I have plenty of videos, premium videos on patreon.com/Taylor Durden, but you're more than welcome to the 2,000 free videos on YouTube. So patreon.com/Taylor Durden is $4 for the first tier. It's $13.09 for the second tier. And that's it, man. $50 for a half-hour consultation. $50 for personal breathwork instruction. That is a half hour. And the books are 43 PDFs. And you can get 43 PDFs and 5 audiobooks for $25. And then I also have the Anima Man series is four PDFs and 2 audiobooks to go with the first 2 installments of the 4 Anima Man books. And you can get those for $25. So that's 4 books and 2 audiobooks for $25, or 43 PDFs and 5 audiobooks for $25. So $50 total for all of the material. Another tip I could have just said too is when you're in order to get that good S-shaped pressure on the once you cap the inhale, you could do it like this as well. You get the breath fully capped, your spine right, and then push the abdomen out like this, so you can get it that way, facing forward too. You could also do that if you're maybe not on a level ground, kind of like I'm never really on level grounds within a few places here. So sometimes it helps to counter the unlevelness, if you're in nature like myself. So yeah, it's all about that pressure.